My name is David Hurtado. I'm the Senior Vice President of Operational Finance, Procurement, and Supply Chain for Congruex. Congruex is made up of approximately 12 operating units. And those operating units were individual companies that were acquired to form Congruex. And so when I arrived, the focus of the company was really to provide systems and strategies to connect all of those operating units. The companies were each acquired because of the type of work they did in the industry and to assemble. So we have everything from wireless to wireline. We can do aerial construction, trenching, micro-trenching, boring. So all of the different elements that make up an infrastructure construction company were acquired through each of these entities. The way to look at it when I joined was it was a disparate group of independent companies. And some of the work that had been done prior was really to provide an enterprise level structure for systems. But the data wasn't there yet. The vendor databases weren't there yet. All of the things that you would normally expect at an enterprise level didn't exist. When I joined Congruex, the procurement team consisted of about 2 people. And the 2 people that were there, the main job they had was to really write processes and policies for the integration of the operating units. And so they're really, we've started to roll out, Concur. We've started to roll out things like, we're even to the point of trying to get everyone on the same financial ERP. The first thing I tackled was we need data. So we started finding out the best way to get all of our purchasing data into a data lake so that we can then, once we have the categorization of the spend, develop strategies around how to go after it. And so that was the inflection point. And we really didn't bid anything. And so I wanted to be able to start doing competitive pricing, competitive analysis, bidding as much as physically possible. And so that was the inflection point. And I knew that Levelpath had the quick bid tool. I also knew that I had a very small procurement team, and the use of AI would enable me to have that smaller team be able to create RFPs that they may not understand fully what they're actually bidding. There's 2 paths here. Let's talk, there's procurement and there's supply chain. Right. So supply chain are really the specific materials we use, the direct materials we use to construct networks. And so for them, there are very specific suppliers of those materials. And so we have developed a 650 line item catalog that we've put in Levelpath so that if somebody needs a snowshoe, they can go buy a snowshoe, they can go scroll through, pick the size, pick the manufacturer, and we've got competitive pricing that we've negotiated so that we can do the supply chain elements. On the procurement side of it, we're still developing the enterprise level application. And that's heavily services, IT, and other, third-party professional services. We purchased the system purely for quick bid because we wanted to be able to start bidding all of what we buy. So the first thing we tackled was setting up a strategy for the entire year that took the spend data that we had accumulated over the past 6 months when I first joined, and then developed a plan to bid all of the components of each of the spend categories. And so that was the first thing we tackled. And our first report came out at the end of April. And I think out of the 15 categories that we finalized, 13 of them were bid through Levelpath. It is. It's great. I love it. It's great progress. Why we chose Levelpath is an interesting question. So prior to working at Congruex, I was the Chief Procurement Officer for a major financial services firm. I had acquired Scout, which then became Workday Strategic Sourcing. And I knew Stan and Alex from that transition. And once they showed me what they were doing with Levelpath, there was no doubt that I was going to move forward with that. So I had moved forward with it at the previous company, and I didn't compete it at the new company because I knew it was absolutely the right solution. You know, the use of the AI native platform is really what drove me to select Levelpath. The aha moment for me was when Stan first shared it, and the green that he gave me that day was, how do I buy something? And I love the workflow from that, and I think my team loves that too, because the workflows can be so easily created. I love the fact that it's mobile capable, and the ability to really create any type of process or flow that you need in order to accelerate buying, make it more friendly, make it more fun. That's just what we love about it. We've taken the data that was gathered during 2024 and then developed a category strategy with that data, and we're using Levelpath to source all of the components for each month. We finished April and we're ahead of plan. And I think the most intriguing part of it is the analysis of the bids when they come back. And I also love the fact that, you know, you can say what in this bid is superfluous, and the AI will come back and say, well, I think you can get rid of these 2 or 3 things without impacting time or quality. So that's always been amazing. Levelpath will support our future goals and visions as we move it into the operational environment, and we start using it to bid to subcontractors and to get pricing that we can then buy out and enable us to be more competitive in the marketplace when we're submitting estimates for construction projects. My recommendation on Levelpath, there's just nothing they can't create to support the business. I would recommend people look at Levelpath because of how responsive the team is. The team really cares about the product. The team cares about your success, and the way that the product is implemented is just so nimble, and it can be turned on in a matter of days.